It is a cold night in Indiana, so tonight we're going to talk about the most beautiful place in the world. Forbes magazine out with its #1 place in the world. And tonight we were going to talk about Felicia's favorite place, most beautiful place she's ever been. My favorite, Angela's favorite.
It's Indiana.
It's Indiana, that's right. So welcome inside the comfy confines of the Channel 13 studios. It is, what is it, Wednesday night?
It is.
Moving closer to the weekend. We're going to talk about your most beautiful country. And let's bring Angela in because, look, that's it.
You're telling me it's not Indiana?
Everybody's talking about
according to Forbes?
We know you get paid to say that. That's okay.
I do love it. I love it.
So before we get to that, tell us about the weather, because Felicia and I are both like, oh gosh.
Yeah, as we talk about the most beautiful countries, just so you know, mine do not involve snow.
There you go.
Very good. Well, I'll be interested to see what you come up with. Snow is in our forecast. The good news right now on radar, it's not a lot. This is wave 1 of a storm system that has 2 waves with it, and this by far is the weaker of the 2, but it is bringing a couple of bursts of snow just to the southwest of Bloomington, a few flurries, Carmel, Indianapolis, over toward Greencastle. Might be just enough for a slick spot or 2, but really the steady snow and ice staying south of the Ohio River. By the way, this is a big storm system. There are winter weather advisories, which we go under tomorrow afternoon, winter storm warnings from parts of Illinois all the way back through portions of Texas. And wave 2 will be the stronger of the 2. This is Future Track 13 showing a few flurries around. Again, not a big deal with this first wave. Slick spot or 2, but I don't think you have much in the way of issues on the roads tomorrow morning unless we would get some freezing drizzle to develop, so we'll be on the lookout for that. And you'll want to get up early and check with Chuck and any school delays or closings that we might get if we get some of that freezing drizzle. But snow doesn't appear to be the big issue overnight. We go under a winter weather advisory thanks to round 2, and round 2 brings maybe 2 to 4 inches of snow across the northern part of the state. For the central part of the state, up to 2 inches, and a little bit of ice, and then a little bit of ice and maybe a ½ inch of snow across the southern part of the state. So a little bit of everything based on where you live. I know that's kind of hard. You just kind of have to focus. Okay, I live here, and yes, so that's where I am. Timeline for it, we make it through the morning drive, and it'll be around lunchtime tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. So if we're comparing the morning drive to the afternoon drive, I think the afternoon drive is trickier than the morning, unless we would get some freezing drizzle. So just bear with us. That freezing drizzle can be very fine and light, but it can cause big problems in some slick spots. So that's what we'll be on the lookout for overnight.
Absolutely. Okay.
Got a lot of Facebook friends joining us tonight. Jan is with us. Amy says rather have snow than ice. I agree with you on that one. Irene is from Muncie tonight. Tanya back with us. Sharon doesn't appear to be in a very good mood tonight. Sharon, smile, my friend. Let's see. Jeff says be safe all. Norma is with us talking about snow. Mike from South Carolina. And Kim says happy hump day. So,
it's Wednesday.
Yeah, everybody's talking about that. We're going to get back with Angela in a moment, but Felicia and I do want to talk to friend of the show, Lauren Kostick, tonight, because Lauren's got a really difficult story that she's talking about. A person with cancer who's now facing another heart battle. Tell us about your story, Lauren.
Yeah, Scott and Felicia, you know, with these advanced cancer treatments, more and more people are surviving cancer. And many of them don't know that the treatments that, you know, whether it's chemo or, you know, chemo pills that they're taking are impacting their heart during or even decades later. So IU Health started a cardio-oncology program to really help fill this gap. And I spoke with one Carmel mom today who is getting help through this new department. Her cancer came back in 2019, and she was put on an oral chemo treatment regimen. And the issue is those pills that are helping suppress her cancer are also causing other health issues with her heart. So the cardio-oncology doctors are helping her come up with a treatment to manage that. So imagine going through all of this, your cancer comes back, and now these pills that are supposed to help you are causing other issues. So thankfully, IU Health has this program to really help you know, patients go through this, because as we all know, cancer, when you're going through it, it really takes a toll on your whole body. So she's dealing with this and also other health issues. So we'll have more on her story and what IU Health is doing at 11.
Oh, certainly. Any new developments, anything that can help. I mean, I think that's a win for everyone. So hopefully we can get some more of that with her story. I am curious just how she's doing now, how her family's doing. We all know far too well personally when one family member gets a cancer diagnosis, the entire family does.
You bet.
That's for sure. She has 2 teenage kids, a boy and a girl, and her husband. And she said she got a little choked up and emotional. She was saying, she's like, I could have not made it through this, through this journey, through this battle. I can't keep going unless it's for my family and my faith. Those are like the 2 things that have really, brought me through this. And she got a little choked up. And I think to myself, I don't know how anyone would do it alone. It's so much to go through a journey like this.
Yeah, it sure is. Thank you for that important story, and we're going to see you tonight on 13 News at 11. Before we let you go, since we are talking about the most beautiful countries in the world tonight, I wonder if you would share with our Facebook friends your most beautiful place that you've ever been to.
I have to say, I haven't traveled too much. I have a long bucket list, but my favorite and most beautiful I've been to is Ireland. I got to study abroad in Dublin, and that was... it just takes your breath away, those photos. It's beautiful.
I've never been there. That sounds amazing.
That's your list.
Just all the greenery that would be there. I know I see it in a lot of movies and everything. That would be exciting.
Yes, you guys have to go.
All right. Thank you for sharing with us that tonight, Lauren. Great to see you, and we'll see you tonight at 11 o'clock.
Awesome. Bye, guys.
All right. See you later. All right. So let's talk about, let's bring Angela back and talk about the most beautiful countries in the world. The reason we're talking about this, Forbes came out with its list today.
Yes, list of the top countries, right? So let's cover their list, okay?
Yeah, their top 3 were Indonesia, New Zealand, and Colombia. I've never been to any of those 3.
I was going to say, is anybody? Me neither. However, where is it? New Zealand is something I'm really interested in. A lot of period pieces get filmed there, along with Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. I'm into those trilogies. So they filmed those in New Zealand. So I think it would be really cool to be able to go there. And I also hear about the scuba diving around New Zealand as well. So I would like that. Just so you know, the United States ranked number 12 on the list.
I thought we would do better than that.
Top 50, number 12. So they kind of ranked it based on what was it? It was the
natural beauty,
topography.
There we go.
Coral reefs, rainforests, glaciers, and volcanoes. So
so we don't have glaciers and volcanoes.
But we do have our list, and Felicia, why don't you start? We've got 3 pictures of
let's see the first picture, because I'm not sure what order we popped this up in. Oh, okay, this is Rome, everybody. Outside the Colosseum. My husband and I went to Rome. This is Paris.
Nice.
We went to Paris, and so France, and then this is in South Africa, and I was hoping it was a bit of a wider photo, but it probably didn't, the file format didn't send in correctly. But anywho, that was in front of a mountain at a winery in South Africa, which is where I was when the pandemic started.
Oh my gosh.
No way.
I was out of the country, and we were getting CNN International news, not the CNN that's here. And so, and of course, it's really hard to get Channel 13 across the country.
In South Africa.
Yeah, in South Africa. So I was over there, and we were hearing rumblings of things that were going on, and they were saying they might shut the borders, and we're like, what do you mean you're not going to let Americans in?
So did you have to leave early?
No, I'm not doing that.
Shutting down the border.
I'm not doing that. I'll just be stuck over there. No, honestly, and people might be like, what, get home? But now we know so much more than what we knew then. So imagine at that time how much we knew in March of 2020. And so it was an incredible experience. You know, I got home and everybody was like, oh, all the stores were empty and all the, I never even went back into my job at the time.
Wow.
It's hard to imagine a world when we didn't really know what coronavirus was and how scary it was at the beginning.
Well, and we had several friends that had a young adult studying overseas, and there was a rush to get them home.
It's true.
There were students coming home. We weren't on planes with any masks because there were no masks. That wasn't even a thought. So it's an interesting time. But those are beautiful countries. The one I didn't get in there was a Caribbean country.
Oh, which would be nice about this time of year,
no kidding.
Yes.
So where's the most beautiful place you've been to?
I chose number 12, the good old US of A.
Yes.
We did a family trip for Luke's graduation from high school and went to Yosemite. And
Look
it was
at that.
just
that's beautiful.
stunning.
Oh, look at that.
I know. I believe that first picture was El Capitan. Roscoe, you might be able to help me out there.
Wow.
And then there was just, I wish we could have stayed longer, just because there was so much to see and we kind of crammed it into a couple of days, but it was spectacular.
Yeah, Yosemite is a beautiful place.
Yeah, I gotta say, being from Chicago, I feel like I definitely haven't spent enough time on the West Coast. Yeah, I've been to California a couple of times, but just to see the geography out there, I feel like there's a lot to see.
Well, in the sky, there's nothing like a western sky as far as being so clear and you just seem closer to the stars, and it's great out there.
That is a beautiful spot. All right, so here are my 3 most beautiful places. I'm going to start with Greece.
Oh,
Channel 13. I have a picture that I cannot find. This is in Italy. I love Italy. My wife and I there. We've been a couple of times.
Yeah, and you're on the coast.
I lived in Hawaii for 3 years. And so anyway, I love Greece. I had this picture of Santorini. I can't find it. So, and like I said, love Greece, love Italy, love Hawaii. Those are the 3 most beautiful places to me. But again, Forbes list, in case you missed it, Indonesia, New Zealand, and Colombia.
Yeah, Greece has had some issues with their economy recently, but the positive is I hear it's really inexpensive to fly there to go right now. So maybe you got to go back and get your Santorini picture.
All right, let me go ahead and just see what people are saying. Kim Adams says USA for me. Just cannot beat the variety right here in our own country. Way to go, Kim.
There is a lot. This is, when you look at the map, this is a massive piece of land. So we have a lot here.
We do.
Brian says Indiana is the most beautiful place. So that's awesome. Michelle says, I want to go to the Galapagos Islands.
Galapagos
Islands. Another one.
So way to go. That's a very good one. Liz is glad that you made it back, Felicia.
Me too, Liz. Me too.
Let's see. Paris is what Glenn thinks.
Yes.
And Liz says she would die to go to Africa or South Africa.
Oh, yes.
So anyway, and then Cindy mentioning she just left Brazil, Indiana about a half hour ago, and it was beginning to sleet.
Okay, good. Thank you, Cindy, for the update. So it really is kind of the southern part of the state that's dealing with a little bit of sleet, a little bit of snow, and a little bit of freezing drizzle. It is not a lot. So what you see on the map, if you find out where you live in our beautiful state of Indiana.
Yeah, so look at that map. What if you live between a blue and a white? Like, what if you're on that blue and the white line? What are you supposed to do?
I'm just so glad you asked that question. If you're on the blue and if you're on the line of the blue and the white, you're probably going to get the low end of your blue. Or the high end of your white.
This lady has an answer for everything. Angela is on top of it.
I try. But I want you to pay attention to this. This is not what you're going to wake up to. What's moving through right now is very, very light, maybe a few slick spots, maybe a couple school delays. The rough part comes with round 2, and that will be sometime around lunchtime tomorrow through tomorrow night. That's when we could see these accumulations of snow and a better chance of some ice. So we'll keep you posted.
Nice.
We don't want to see any of that ice.
No, we don't.
That is not fun.
All thumbs down.
Is this the time you call the boss and tell him that Angela Buckman said I should work from home tomorrow? Is this when that call goes in, or should I wait?
I'm guessing my name has been used for things like that before.
She said, you have a note. She gave me a note and said, no, staying home.
Good point. Well, we're so glad that you joined us tonight here on Facebook Live. Felicia and Angela and I are with you every weeknight, 10 o'clock. And we sure hope that you'll join us tonight over on 13 in about 45 minutes. We'll see you then.